Well, hello, my creative crafty pals. So, today we're going to work some more on this journal. I got Ranger's Distress Oxide and Pine Needles for the green. You don't have to do a St. Patrick's Day journal if you want to craft, but it could be anything. I'm just doing St. Patrick's Day because I wanted to make one. I've never had one. And here is these are We Are Memory Keepers cutting shears. I actually like these better than regular scissors because you don't have the limit of the holes. I don't know. I just like them, especially being a left-hander. So now that I'm able to upload past 15 minutes, because I had to verify my account, that's what happened. If you're not verified, you can only upload 15 minutes when you first start, but once you verify your account, then I guess you can go higher. So we're going to set the timer on my phone for 59 minutes because I don't want to go past an hour and lose you. If you have an hour of your time to craft with me, you are more than welcome. So we're going to continue where we left off. I ended up gluing a bunch of 2-sheeters together to get started this week, which was pretty wise. So we're going to take out the rest of the pages that I pulled out of the book and set it aside. We're going to go to where I saved my place. This was the last tuck we did, was right here. I don't know why that stuck to that page. Must have been gluey. We have this tuck we did, which was the belly band, and we are going to continue from here to do the next one. So we get a variety of tuck spots is what we're working on. Before this. And they are spammed out throughout your journal. So we're going to go to the next place. And the whole thing is to balance your journals wherever possible. So since we already have the 2-pager done, which makes it sturdier since it's not cardstock, we're going to pull open my shears. I love these things. I literally love them. Do I want to use this piece? No. Let's do... We're going to flip this over and do this one up in the corner. So I'm going to take this piece and look at it. And then I'm going to cut it to where it goes. You know how we do the weave, in and out, in and out. And we can make... I put my book upside down. This just helps me do this my own way. Then we're going to open this up. We're going to distress it to where you can see where I put this at. And if you do have uneven pages, that's okay. You can trim them up because this isn't really even. The other side. Okay. So then we're going to turn it back around. I'm always doing things upside down and right side up. And we're going to glue that right here. So I'm going to flip it upside down. I'm going to glue across the top on this one and down the side because this is going to be a corner up tuck. And what I mean by that is when I put it here, this is the part that's open where the ripple is. And if I go too fast, let me know, because I want people who are crafting along with me to keep up and know what I'm doing. But I'm always doing things upside down and backwards and all that crazy stuff. Okay, so the next tuck is going to be, and you can always do a diagram, like I said, to keep track of how you do your tucks. These are just extra pieces that I had laying from, you know, if you mess up like I do sometimes. So we're going to take this piece, now you can take the pieces that you're cutting, put them in a little thing beside you. You can save them for scraps if you think you're going to use them later. If not, stick them in your upcycle, you know, pile. That's what I do if I don't use them. These are great for if they're big enough to like stamp and stuff on. Or you can put them inside of, I don't know. If you're doing mixed media, you can use them up that way too. So we're going to take this piece right off the bat. And we're just going to go back and forth and back and forth. And we're going to leave it the same size it is all the way around. And back and forth and back and forth. And come back up here and do it again. You can do this with half the page, a quarter of a page. It doesn't matter. Because we're going to make this a middle up tuck. So we're going to stamp this. Go around the edges. And I have it on this page. So we're going to take this, turn it around. We're going to do the sides, across the top, and down the other side. Leave the bottom free. And put it like right in the middle of your page. And the whole point of this is you're going to turn it into an up tuck where something can hang on that part of it. I don't know about you guys, but Spiderville has become Antville here lately. Man. Always fighting insects when the weather starts to change. Okay, so now that we got that one, let's see what one I have next. I'm going to teach you all of my tucks. And hey, if you can discover even more tucks, you are more than welcome to let me know in my comment section or in my Facebook group. Because I like paper tucks. Okay, so that would be the opposite side. Alrighty then. So we're going to scooch right along. Maybe like right here. Let me cut this down again. You can use regular scissors if you want to. I just like these scissors better. Or you can use a paper trimmer. Whatever suits your needs. So like I said, there is no wrong way of doing things. You know, it's your crafty style, so it is your whatever you want to do. So we're going to take this about right in here, and we're just going to do this little wonky jagged look like I've been doing. Just as a decor thing. And we all know I'm not the straightest cutter in the book, so we're going to piece up a little better. I tend to go downhill when I write. I'm always messing up on something. But that's what's nice about being a crafter too, is you can. You're allowed. Okay, a little bit more. Oh, and you got to make sure you use decent books too, because yeah, sometimes cuss words come out. But you know what, we say it's a good place for a napkin, because you never know when cuss words are going to show up in a story, and heck, they are even in Reader's Digest. Okay, so we're going to go around this. You don't have to distress if you don't want to. I just really want you to see where this stands out, and plus I like the green. So I'm going to flip it upside down, because you know that's how I do it. And I'm going to go across the bottom, up the back, side, and across the top. When I don't do this upside down, I mess up. And then we're going to glue it in to where it's this side that is the tuck pocket right here. And you know, these are nice because you can even use them as a measurement tool, you know, for your pockets, like what size you want to use. I do that too with random pieces of paper. Okay, so we got that. Then we have another, and you can repeat. You can use the same tucks that you've used before. So we're going to take this piece that I've already cut into. I have a little bag I keep my scraps in, so I know where to find them when I need them. We're going to turn the book this way and just kind of eyeball it to where I'm going to do a side tuck this way. And they could be little or big, it don't matter. Whatever you feel like adding to your book. And you know, these don't have to technically be journals either if you don't want them to be. They can be postcard books to store postcards. They could be stamp books to store stamps. They can even be places where you hide your important papers. That's what's nice about having these journals. We're going to go up the side, across the top, and make this a side tuck. So it'll be just like this. You know, if you want to make a gift for someone and maybe save pictures of your child for different ages, like one of those little old-fashioned school books, you can do it in this to decorate. There's so many ideas. It can be a memory book of a lost pet, or it could be a memory book of lost family. There are so many fantastic ideas that you can do with these journals. So let's go to the next page, which I think is, we could do right here. I did a memory book of my cats. I have a postcard book. I even have a book that I store the little cards that you get from the funeral home in memory of people who, you know, I went to school with or were important to me at one point. Family members. These types of books can be for anything. You can even make one to carry to church with you and put notes in it for yourself. Scriptures that resonate with you. Just, the ideas are endless. So, we're going to do this. Round off the corners. It could even be for a graduate. Carry around a fancy notebook or journaling book to write your homework assignments in. These are just so cool for so many things. Sometimes I cut and round the corners off a little bit just to make it look a little fancier. And we're going to do down the side here, across the bottom, and up. And this is just going to be a regular pocket. Where you can just slide this down into. Of course you want it to stick first. This is the part about the glue not drying too. Because you do want it to dry. And then the next one. Oh, this is the fun one. Okay, this one's going to be new. I mean new, but not new, because you've kind of seen me do this a little bit before. So what we're going to do with this is I'm going to pull 2 of the sheets. That aren't glued together. And let's see what page we can do this on. Well, I guess we could do it right on the next page. Don't matter. We'll do it right here. Put this aside. Okay. Now these are going to be 2 that I haven't used. And right now we're just going to basically trim the blank part off of. This would actually be cute to do it a couple times in the journal, but we'll see. We still have some pages left, but I'm only going to do it once, I think, because I'm just trying to teach you the many different folds if you're new to this that you can use. And if you're not new to this, well then you probably could teach me some folds. Okay, so we're going to put the book up here for a second. I'm going to put this aside for a second. Now, if you hadn't seen how I made my tiny envelopes, which I have done in another video, you want to take the bottom point to the top point. If you're right-handed, you might go in the opposite direction. But I'm a lefty, so we're going to look backwards. So you take the bottom point to the top point, and you basically press it down. Then you turn it this way. And you cut up the side. Then you flip it over. And you cut up the other side. Basically, you're going to end up with a paper that looks like a diamond. Okay, but you're going to turn it sideways. Then you're going to take this, let's see how it's say, yeah. Take this piece in and fold it. Take this piece in and fold it. And then take this little piece and fold it up. This is one of my favorite ways to make an envelope. I just love these little envelopes. So we're going to glue here. Dab that, and we're going to make sure we put glue here and glue here so that we can fold these up. And you're going to have a teeny tiny little envelope. And try not to glue it together like I think I just did. I used a little too much glue in the center. But it happens. Okay, so there is one, and we're going to do it again. Point to point. I'm going to cut here. Go to the other side. Cut up this side. And you're going to do it again. Fold in. Fold in. And fold up. You could use a bone folder to press that down if you want to, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Then I'm going to take a little bit of dot, hopefully a little bit this time. Okay, go up this edge and this edge, and then we're going to glue this together. So you're going to have two. Now it's up to you how you use these. You can fold this back, turn it into a side tuck. You can leave it like this for an up tuck. You can turn it around and use it for a back tuck. You can even fold it down. There's so many different ways you can use these little envelopes. But what I'm going to do is to the side. I'm going to bring my book back up here. Is I'm going to take these envelopes and I'm going to glue one in this way and one in the opposite direction, because that's just what I want to do. So we're going to go down the back, up the sides here, or you can glue the whole thing, it doesn't matter. You can even make this a double tuck. What I mean by that is you can have something go here, and because I only glued the top and the sides and the back, you can use a double tuck here. And that's what's even nice, if you fold this backwards, you can see it better. But I'm just going to leave it just like this and do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to do the top, the bottom of the envelope, and the other side. And then I'm going to flip it over. See if it measures, eyeball it. About right there. Don't got to be equal or the same. And you can put it in as close as you want, or, you know, I try to put them in so that I have room, but these is going to be on the inside. So you can have a little tuck card here and a little tuck card here. So there you go. 2 more tucks. I'm tuck happy. Okay. And of course I didn't outline them. It doesn't matter. You can or you don't have to. I didn't distress those, but that's okay. I don't have to distress everything. And then pretty much through the rest of this, you can pretty much do what you want. I think I've done about every tuck there is, except for one giant one. Sometimes I like those, sometimes I don't. It depends on if I'm going to use, you know, like a bookmarker or something. So we're going to go through here. This page here, I think I might do another one pager out of the pages that were left. And what I'm going to do with this page is just line it up downwards over here on the top. Glue this piece down. Make one of my little peekaboo pockets over here is what I call it. And you can even punch these too. You can use punches to decorate the edges. This is just a basic way to alter a book without getting all fancy, that I wanted to show how it's done. You can even do that before you glue it, just to show it's there. And then we are going to go across the bottom. Up the back. Flip it over. And there you go. Get another side tuck. Scoot this over a little bit if I wanted to. Yeah, because you really got to pay attention to the most of when you flip the book. You don't want it to, this to be in the fold. And then this will be side tuck right there. And you could do another belly band if you want to. I got one kind of started right here. And a belly band doesn't necessarily have to go straight up and down. So we're going to take this piece. It was already started. That's what you can do with your scrap pieces. A belly band can also go this way. Let me get this a little bit more down here. A little bit more. I'm just winging it. Yeah, So you can have it like here. This one's going to be done a little different than the one up and down. We're going to do this end of it and this end of it. And put it about right in the center here. You don't want it too high because you don't know what you're going to put in it, and you don't want it too low. So a little bit under the middle. Then this is how I do it. Just sharing my way. Then we're going to take this. You can make this swirly, or you can jag it out like a fringe look. You can make this piece as big or as little as you want to. And then what I do is I'll set this like right here. Ink it, because I didn't ink either one to make it stand out. Yeah. Since you're not dry yet, let's do this. We'll re-glue. And it doesn't matter that your words go sideways, because you can always decorate this to cover the words. So we'll put that there where we had it. And then we're going to do the same thing we did to the other belly band, except this one. Will be like right here. See how the book bends and that pops up? It isn't dry. And then what you do with this is the same thing we did with the tall one, except this one your card can go down into, and there's your holder to where it don't fall out of your book. Sometimes people just leave the belly bands without this thing on the bottom. You don't have to have this here. You can have just the belly band, and you can tuck it with stuff, but I always put that down just as a holder. But I think that's really cute. You can do that, and you can get, like, for instance, a tinier card. And you can also sit that in there too to give it more of a dimensional look of a couple items. That's why I like it. Because you can put different sizes. It's just my preference. Doesn't mean it's got to be yours. You want to make sure this is dry enough that where that won't come off when you turn the page. Hopefully it won't pop up. And then you just continue. Go through your books. There's another reason why I leave pictures in here, even if it's pictures I don't like, and I'll show you that when we go to decorate. But right now it's basically just decorating purposes that I want you to see. And then over here, we can just work this piece into basically another up tuck. Turn this back around. Or down tuck, it doesn't matter. Whatever your heart desires. Like Nick the Booksmith says, I'm not your mother. I love it when she says that. She'll be crafted along and she'll tell you different ideas, and she'll say, you can do it this way. I don't know. Do what you want to do. I'm not your mother. I think it's funny. Okay, Nick the Booksmith is a really good channel to follow. She's actually into the book binding and she's very creative. So there. She even has workshops you can take. So we have that one. Now if you weren't doing, you know, like me and doing a Irish book for St. Patrick's Day, you could do this purple to match that page. And then over here we have this piece left, so we can go to the opposite direction with it. You can either do an uptuck here, or you can come down here. See? Or you could do a middle one. Oh, I forgot about those. Oh, that's another one, people. I just thought of it. I didn't think about it in the middle of cutting. That might be a little too... Here, let's try this piece. That might be a little too small. But you can go over here and just go like this. Cut off some of the weight. Leave the back straight. And just do one right there in the center. Let's give it a little this and this. Okay, decorate this. Oh, found another tuck. Way to do one. I forgot about. There's so many different ones. It's hard to keep up with all of them. And I'm sure there's many more that I don't do. Just go up the back with your glue. Leave the bottom and top alone. Put this like right here in the middle of the page. And there you go. You get yourself a cute little side tuck right there where you can show the top and the bottom. That's cute. Like I said, there's so many tucks. Oh, so many. And then here's another page where we can skip it. Go back some more. You don't got to do a tuck in every single area I do it in. Let's see how many we have left. We can do a couple more. It balances it all out. That's the whole point. Of doing these tucks is because you want to balance in your book whenever you go to do these, whether it's signature or altered. I think there's even one I did where I cut this piece and this piece, and I did a great big one because these are kind of fun too, because you can take up half the page. Can go about right here across, cut down, or even round it. let's round it a little bit. Just for something different. Put this like right here. And later on, when you go to add stuff to this, you can decorate the front of this. And make it look pretty. Let's put that right there. So we're going to go down the sides, across the bottom, back up this side. Take this down to the bottom and glue it in just like this. I try to take it away from the fold a little bit because of, you know, the reason of the pop-up. Getting ink all over my fingers. And then maybe on this page, let's see how many more sheets we have. Just a few on this, but we don't need those ones. Let's do we'll do an opposite direction. I love the peekaboo pockets. And we can do this one on this side. And get this point down over here. Paper's being stubborn. Okay, that'll work. Then we're going to take this time. I'm going to go ahead and ink it before I glue. I'm going to take this, glue it down. Get this, turn upside down, glue it across the bottom, up, back, and up the side right here. A little bit, flip it over. Here's the opposite, oops, and there's the opposite pocket. and me making messy glues. And then this will go there. And then how about back here? We make one big pocket with the pages already still in it. So I can show you how I did that, because I did that in another journal. This is where I said this will get to dry. So if you want to make one big pocket, you go across the top of this page, across the bottom, and then you take the page before it and you press it down, and then this will have to dry. This is the part that bunches that I was telling you about before I started taking the pages out. That if you turn this, see what happens? I'll show you. The page pulls because they're glued and they're not the same size. So this here you want to let dry. So when we go to do that after it dries, it won't do that. But when it's done, it's really cool because it makes a huge pocket in your book that you can hide stuff in. Little secret pockets. That's what I like about this. And voila, the book is done. And that's what, as far as the pockets, and that's what Craft Arena did, was from the back to the front, trying not to get those pages to bubble. But it happened to me anyways, because as you get to the center of the book, you got that big bump, and it's too hard not to get that bubble. So we're left with this many pages if we want to do something later. We have extra pieces to play with. If we need them. So I put these all here to the side. My little handy dandy bag if I need to use scraps. And I have these left. And these pages left to do other things with. But now, after this, we can start decorating however we want it to look to be our Irish book. And we will do, put this away. A little flip through, real quick like. There's a side tuck there, side tuck there. These are all the little pages where we made tuck pockets. And that part we got out of the way. And when you're doing a signature book, you can do these like this before you sew your book together. Your pages into your book, you can do this ahead of time. There's another tuck. And another one. Do a quick flip through. Up the top. This belly band that's up and down. Another side. And it's scattered. throughout the book where the tucks are. And I don't know about you all, but when I actually write in a journal, I like having things to look at as a decoration. And there's one. I think we balanced out pretty good. Got some empty pages and some pocket pages. Different type of belly band. And you could add more or less pockets depending on what you want to do. But I like sharing my crafty styles so you have an idea . A little bit of glue stickage there on how to balance out your journals if you decide to craft in them like this, because you don't want like all your pockets on one side. I mean, you can, but I like my stuff scattered through my journals. That one hidden pocket right there is cool. Yeah, that's pretty balanced out. I like it. Then all we got to do is decorate it to make it look St. Patty's Day, and that's going to be fun too. So with that, we get it done. As far as what pockets I want to put in mine, I'm pretty much finished. And if you're crafting along with me, please let me know in the Facebook group. And I'll link the group below this video. And also I post, it's actually my crafty styles on Facebook. It's very easy to find if I can't link it. It all depends. Sometimes I can find the link, sometimes I can't. But you come and join and you craft along and just show your work and have fun. I mean, that's the whole point of the whole thing, is just to have a good time and do it your style. But I'll upload this video to YouTube and Facebook so people that don't have YouTube can come watch it. But with that, you stay safe, stay blessed in whatever time zone you're in. I hope you're having a great one, and I will see you soon. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this video.